गलत बटन फिर से। और फिर ये एक हो गया बहुत ही जल्दी। अब ये वाला करते हैं यहाँ पे जो भी है लॉस्टविंग में। लॉस्टविंग में तो ओके हमने वो ओ नहीं ये वो नहीं है। मुझे लग रहा था ये वो शहर है जहाँ पे वो क्या बोलते हैं बेरर को नफरत करते हैं बेरर से। हाँ ये भी सुन चुका हूँ। एक मिनट रुकना मैं फुल तो हूँ ना इसमें।
Any friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine.
हाँ सब कुछ फुल है। बल्कि एलिक्सर भी मैंने 2 खरीद लिए थे और फिर भी 50,000 है। सेल वैल्यूबल्स यस। इनमें से कुछ नहीं बेचने वाला मैं। पोशंस की जरूरत है मुझे बहुत।
If you ever need a room, Sid, just say the word. I'll have a bed made up while you eat, and that goes for your friends too.
Good to see you, Sid, as always. Master Quentin's out back.
क्विंटन दे रहा हमें। देखे क्या चाहता है इस बार हमसे।
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will.
For great justice.
Hello, Sid. Take a seat where you like.
एकदम अलग अलग जगह पे एक एक कोने में। वाह भाई वाह।
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
पास में नहीं रख सकते थे, कोने में रखना है एकदम। बस बात करते हैं।
Excuse me. Quentin mentioned strange figures having been sighted near the village. Have you seen anything?
Nah, not me, Gov. I heard the rumours, though. I'm here most days, right next to the gate, and I ain't seen nothing out of the ordinary. Don't worry. Any shady characters try and slip into town this way, and I'll soon come running. And shouting, most likely.
All right. Thank you.
इसने कुछ नहीं देखा।
Tell Quentin he don't need to worry about strangers sneaking into this end of town. I've got my eyes open.
Word is the Black Shields took a hiding at the hands of some bearers in the old duchy.
And who do you think they'll be taking that out on?
सही में हमने उन्हें बुरी तरह मार तो दिया पर वो सिटीजन्स पे निकालेंगे क्योंकि और कुछ उन्हें आता नहीं है। हमारे खिलाफ तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं।
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
In Laubert's pass. Was out foraging for herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you.
तीसरे वाले से भी बात हाँ और नहीं तीसरे वाले से बात करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी।
I was in Laubert's pass when I heard it. Sounded like someone whetting a blade. Ready to slit my throat. Put the wind right up me, it did.
Oh, too bad मैं
Seems Laubert's pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate?
कुछ भी नहीं कहा इसने. थोड़ा भौंकने का दे देते इसको. Oh well. मैं जैसे कह रहा था तीसरे वाले से के डायलॉग नहीं सुन पाया हम अनफॉर्चुनेटली.
Let's go. Faster.
दो गिल के लिए मैं उधर गया. ज़्यादा समय नहीं लगा, 1 सेकंड लगा, पर फिर भी 2 गिल से ज़्यादा दे सकते थे.
You there? Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape.
Black shields. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
जा. जब तक वो उठेगा तब तक मैं इसको थोड़ा मार देता हूँ. वो कहीं नहीं जाएगा. ओह शिट, भूल गया यार. अबे गलत बटन. और अबे में क्या एक को तो मार ही दूंगा, दूसरे को मार पाऊंगा कि नहीं पता. नहीं मार पाया. ये हुई ना बात.
Why were they here? Were they planning an attack on Lostwing? I need to warn Quentin.
ज़्यादा जल्दी यही होगा. मैं सही बोलूँ ना, मैं तो मुझे लगा था ये क्या बोलते हैं एक फनी टाइप का करेंगे कि कोई एक छोटा सा बच्चा या फिर कोई एक बंदा बस क्या बोलते हैं सोर्ड फाइटिंग सीखना चाहता था, इसलिए वहाँ पे बैठ के वो अपना सोर्ड शार्प कर रहा था और प्रैक्टिस कर रहा था. तो नहीं, असल में है यहाँ पे ब्लैक सोर्ड शील्ड्स.
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Laubert's pass. They're gone now.
Black shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds. Though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered, and he faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection, and so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty, all under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades, and our revenge is already in motion. We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first. My friends and comrades, it begins. Make ready for war.
सही में ये मैं उम्मीद कर रहा हूँ कि जब ये मैं क्लोज करूँगा एक और यहाँ पे साइड क्वेस्ट होगा ये करने के लिए. मुझे लगा था इतना बड़ा शुरू हो जाएगा कहानी पूरा इसका लोड ड्रॉप इस छोटे से साइड क्वेस्ट से. Nope.
I'm not going to change his mind.
Shit. कोई साइड क्वेस्ट नहीं. हम मदद भी नहीं कर सकते क्या इसकी. मैं लड़ना चाहूँगा किसी करप्ट कोर्ट ऑफिशियल से.
That his lordship's vultures should be found circling the village can mean only one thing. That he means to strike at us before we can strike at him. There is no time to lose. The final stage of our plan must be put into motion.
What है? सारे इकट्ठा हो रहे हैं धीरे धीरे.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
मेरे हिसाब से जब ये आउट ऑफ द शैडो खत्म करूंगा ना उसके बाद ये नेक्स्ट भाग इसका शुरू होगा. पूरा पूरा खाली हो गया है लॉस्टविंग. ये वॉर के लिए की तैयारी. चल उसके लिए मुझे आउट ऑफ द शैडो ख़त्म करना होगा. अभी नहीं होगी. अभी हम भाग नहीं लेंगे इस वॉर में, इस युद्ध में क्विंटन के. ओके वो प्लस वाला साइड को शुरू करने से पहले मैं देखता हूँ यहाँ पे क्या है.
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
It's no joke. Drake's fang is gone. There's nothing left but a crater.
यप हमने क्रिस्टल को भी क्रैक कर दिया. Oh shit. I was thumbing through the hideaway ledgers at Otto's behest and might have come across something that might need your attention. Maybe. And by that I mean immediately. You know where I'll be. ठीक है?
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
पे बैक। देखे तो जरा, उससे क्या लग रहा है कि ऑटो कुछ पैसे ले रहा है क्या बगल में, या बगल से कैसे बोलते हैं, बगल से पैसे ले रहा है क्या, कॉफर से में से, तिजोरी, तिजोरी कॉफर हिंदी वर्ड है, हिंदी में तिजोरी।
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
चलो,
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it may be my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. Zero, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's going to take some time, and I'm going to need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're going to make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are. A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, arses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
Deliver the star ruby to Martha, star ruby to Isabelle.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
हाँ. मैं क्या सोच रहा था और क्या निकला, वाह भाई वाह. मुझे लग रहा था ऑटो कोई बगल हमारे तिजोरी से पैसे ले रहा है, पर नहीं. हम गए क्योंकि गॉड ने गलती कर दी। अब वो ऑटो को बताना नहीं चाहता था। चलो अच्छा हुआ ऑटो के पास पैसे थे। और अब मालूम भी पड़ गया एक टैलेंट कितना है। एक टैलेंट 10,000 गिल है, तो इसलिए 500 टैलेंट 5 मिलियन गिल।
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here, but it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
One of 3 brilliant gemstones acquired and set aside by Sid for a rainy day. Otto now deems that day to have arrived and wishes to use the rubies to pay off 3 outstanding debts to Lady Karen, Martha of Martha's Rest, and Isabelle of the Vale.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again.
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do.
सही बोलूँ ना, जब मैंने ऑटो को पहले देखा था, उससे बात की थी, मुझे लगा था वो क्या बोलते हैं ज़्यादा अनोइंग होगा और बिट्रे करने वाले टाइप का बंदा होगा, और नहीं, बंदा एकदम सही है। मेरा इंप्रेशन एकदम गलत था। सबेल वेल ना, कहाँ पे? ये रहा। सही है, ऑटो एकदम सही बंदा निकला। मेरी गलती की मैंने वैसे सोचा। Oh,
that the Glassgate flood has finally spread to the world.
Oh yes, सुन चुका हूँ। ये पूरा उधर तक जाना होगा, वेल तक।
Citizens are free to come and go as they please. Checkpoints open to all. You'll find a little beyond Northridge though. When the throne moves south, most with any sense followed.
इस बार इतना अच्छे से बात कर रहा है हमारे साथ। ये जब पहली बार यहाँ पे आए थे।
Did you hear? The gates to Heaven Hall in the area were breached by someone. Or something.
Heaven Hall?
The steward was in town earlier looking for men to come and repair it. But no one was keen to help.
Heaven Hall, huh?
I want to see you again tonight. But the captain's late with our pay.
It's all right. I'll be waiting.
मुझे याद नहीं हेवन हॉल कौन सा है, और हमने उसके साथ अगर कुछ किया तो।
Still no caravan from the Dominion's perfumeries yet then?
मैंने किया था या वो एक साइड में ही हुआ बस, कुछ किसी और ने किया वो हेवन हॉल में, मुझे याद भी नहीं है। हो गया, इसाबेल को दे देते हैं।
Milady, I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the hideaway's debt with the veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
चलो फिर जाके देखते हैं गॉड की क्या हालत है. गो या गॉड जो भी उससे बोलते हैं यार. आप कहाँ से हो भाई ना भाई?
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
वेल जिंदा है, ऑफ कोर्स जिंदा होगा. और कैरन ने इसे मस्त गाली वो सब दी होगी, लेडी कैरन ने.
Good. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Ah, about that. I tried my best.
यूपी
She was just too
वाराणसी.
stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
जोर की हो रही है क्या बारिश
Karen
उधर?
refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful.
बारिश का मौसम शुरू हो गया ना वैसे भी. यहाँ पे भी थोड़ा बहुत होती है बारिश. ये यहाँ पे भी काफी जोर की बारिश हुई थी रिसेंटली. और रात को भी होते रहती है. जब भी मैं क्या बोलते हैं, मैं सोसाइटी में रहता हूँ ना, तो एक अंडरग्राउंड पार्किंग टाइप का कुछ है. तो जब भी उधर जाता हूँ गाड़ी को निकालने के लिए, पूरा पानी भरा रहता है गाड़ी के पास. लेडी कैरन का है ये रही ना.
Lady Karen, Goad tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you like my hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
सही बन दिया.
Where'd you even get this? A decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
ये मार्था की बात कर रही है क्या?
I hear you ended up delivering all 3 stones. Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what I pay you for.
Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy sod couldn't be bothered to find a clean one.
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I bet they do.
How long did you know Sid before he...
Before he died. 20 summers, give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to... I forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could to stop it from happening again. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. His ranks, his ribbons, gone. Just like that. Threw away everything he had. All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod if ever he should fall. but I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction, and I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
सेवेंटी 75% तो कट सीन था इस साइड क्वेस्ट का. Sid's goblet. According to Otto, Sid never once washed his goblet, despite using it every day for both wine and small beer. I won't have it said that I'm a poor host. इतने ज़्यादा कट सीन तो मेन क्वेस्ट में भी नहीं होते जितने इस एक साइड क्वेस्ट में थे. मेरे पास काफ़ी ज़्यादा रिनाउन हो गया वैसे अभी.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon. Come to claim your just desserts?
देखे तो मीटियोराइट 2 बस और ये 550. वाह भाई वाह. जबकि यहाँ पे 45 में एक मिल रहा है मीटियोराइट. ऑर्डर इज वन built on pride, but that does not mean we are too proud to give thanks where thanks is due. We may have failed Martha once but never again. ठीक है.
Here you are.
ये सारे ले लेता हूँ अभी के लिए. They say it is your men who keep the roads free of beasts and bandit. As one whose livelihood is reliant on the safe passage from market to market, my chocobos and I thank you. A concerned
You earned this.
Cleric's medallion. Direwolf Jess. Not long ago, I was accosted by footpads as I walked the gilded path, and would have perished alone in the desert had not the curse breakers come to my aid. I owe them my life. May this token serve them well. Traveling therapist Korean. एक मिनट.
Here you are.
Oh, renown खर्च नहीं होता है. Okay. Few are those who would strive to lighten the burden borne by crystals cursed. But if we are to survive the coming storm, we must stand together, bearer and brother, as you have shown us. मुझे लग रहा था जितने रिनाउन है वो खर्च करना पड़ता है ये लेने के लिए, पर नहीं, उधर तक बस पहुंचना और फिर मिल सकता है. सही है.
All yours.
Back.
I gave you that one, didn't I? You've already got that one. I gave you that one, didn't I?
चलो सही है. अब ये वाला करता हूँ अभी के लिए. प्रेस वाला, और दो और जो थे साइड क्वेस्ट वो मेन क्वेस्ट, इसके बाद मेन क्वेस्ट करूँगा आउट ऑफ द शैडो, और फिर उसके बाद वो दो करूँगा.
When it comes to boyish charm, Goops has.
मालूम है. वैसे भाई मैं आपका वो स्ट्रीम देखा था पहला वाला, बैटमैन टेलटेल सीरीज. उसमें माउस की आवाज़ आ रही थी. ये माउस को फोन से कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं क्या? और काफ़ी ज़्यादा वो विंडो भी हिलते हुए दिख रहा था. वो माउस को कैसे कनेक्ट किया था आपने?
Well, that's it then. I'm buggered.
ओवेन इंजीनियर. ओके, देखते हैं ये क्या मिलेगा इससे.
Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother, if you've a mind to.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it will separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like. Alright. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do, says the chief. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one just the other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame ain't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Thank you kindly. And a good hunting, eh? I've tried to find a supplier for this stuff, but it's rare as Chocobo's teeth. Either someone brings down a bomb king and picks up the ash, or... I don't know. We wait for one to snuff it of old age?
ना, हम जाके मार देंगे, टेंशन मत ले. ओ? यहाँ पर ये? एक मिनट, ये क्या हंट बोर्ड? बॉम्ब किंग को मार नहीं दिया था मैंने? हाँ. Ask about bomb sightings. Are you on the hunt for a bomb king, Cooper? If so, I have a billet that might interest you. देखे तो कौन सा है? B grade ये ना. A cosbreaker aiming for the Imperial chase took a wrong turn into a nearby wood, within which she discovered the ruins of a fallen airship, and within them a beastkin akin to a great ball of fire that chased her screaming from the grove. The soldier later identified the creature in an almanac of echoes, but was firm in her insistence that the bomb she saw was near 10 times the size of the one depicted therein. The croc. Sandbreak. Fallen airship ढूंढना है. ठीक है. तो क्रॉक कहाँ है? मुझे कोई आइडिया नहीं है, सही बोलूँ तो. और सैंडब्रेक में है ना ये. नहीं नहीं, Baywatch, the Penitentiary Gate, Unnamed Chapel. More Grog का है? West Watch, East Watch, Clearview, Holy Eye, Imperial Chase. हाँ, यहाँ पे जाना है, ठीक है। कल मोबाइल से किया था स्ट्रीम, पॉज वाली लैपटॉप OBS से। लैपटॉप OBS सही नहीं लग रहा। मैंने बहुत पहले ना एक बार ये इसके साथ क्या बोलते हैं, मोबाइल के साथ मैंने स्ट्रीम नहीं सॉरी गेम प्ले रिकॉर्ड किया था। शिट ये नहीं करना चाहता था, तो कभी स्ट्रीम नहीं किया मैंने मोबाइल पे। एक लारा क्रॉफ्ट का पजल टाइप का गेम था, तो मैंने स्ट्रीम किया था। स्ट्रीम बार बोल रहा हूँ यार, स्ट्रीम नहीं, रिकॉर्ड किया था। इसलिए ये पहला वाला भी काफी छोटा भी था, स्ट्रीम सिर्फ 30 मिनट का था अगर मैं गलत नहीं हूँ। और इसके वजह से आपके इतने मिस भी हो रहे थे क्या, क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा लैग हो रहा था। यहाँ पे है वो बंदा। ये देखा था काफी नहीं बल्कि थोड़े बहुत मिस हो रहे थे ये प्रॉम्प्ट्स जो होते हैं। यहाँ पे नहीं, पहले इधर जाता हूँ। चलो मिस भी किया पर फिर भी कैटवुमन को पकड़ लिया आपने। ये रहा फॉलन एयरशिप और यहाँ पे हम लड़ेंगे।
I can walk from here.
ओ वो है क्या? बॉम्ब किंग रैंक P 9000 बाउंटी सही है। 9000 गिल्ड और 20 रिनाउंड।
What we have here? Greetings, Your Majesty.
Oh? अरे यार ना अरे कर दे। ओ कुछ ज्यादा ही पास था मैं सही में। ओ सही टाइम पे मैंने डॉज किया। इसको इस्तेमाल कर देता हूँ यार। इसका कोई वो नहीं है पर डन। ओह शिट शिट भागो दूर भागो। मालूम है क्या तब मरो। सिर्फ एक को ही लगी। हाँ जा नहीं दूर जाओ। ओह शिट बहुत ज्यादा है। पर अपने आप को फोड़ दिया इन्होंने। आप ओके वो एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था सही बोलूं तो। और ये तीसरा तो इतना आसानी से नहीं मारने दूंगा। ओह फिर से ये लगभग मर गया। ओह अपने आप को फोड़ दो। ये फूट गए और ये फिर इसकी गोले आएंगे अब। ओह एक के बाद इसे गिराना है यार, इतना आसान ना 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 ना। इसी का इंतजार कर रहा था। एक और जा, जा। इसको लगभग मार ही दिया मैंने। ओ बंदे ने लगभग मुझे मार ही दिया था। एक और मार दिया इसे। नोटेरियस मार्क्सलिंग लगभग मार ही दिया था यार इसने मुझे। मेरी हेल्थ कुछ ज्यादा ही कम हो गई थी, ध्यान ही नहीं दे रहा था मैं। Figuratively, the smoldering soul of a bomb given life by unknown magics. Literally, a very hot rock. Fortunately, there are myriad uses for such a thing. Oof.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the ash. I should probably have brought a bucket.
Bomb ash.
This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more.
वो जो मिला था इससे वो ब्लू कलर का था, मतलब उतना अच्छा नहीं था। ज़्यादा अच्छा हथियार नहीं बनेगा उससे। जो करंटली मेरे पास है उससे ज़्यादा अच्छा नहीं। और ये याद रखना होगा मुझे 2 हाई पोशन खरीदने हैं अगला शुरू करने से पहले स्पेशली। मैं क्या पहले खरीद लेता वरना भूल जाऊंगा मैं।
Is it business or pleasure?
Business.
One purse weighing you down. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Yes.
Come again.
जो खर्च किया 800 वो वापस मिल गए प्रेशर से। ओके ये इस्तेमाल नहीं करता हूँ यार स्टोन स्किन वो सब बाबा भूल जाता हूँ। ऐसे फाइट्स में ही तो इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए मुझे। ना फायदा क्या है उनको खरीदने का। ऑटो से नहीं, पहले ये बात करता हूँ, खत्म करता हूँ। उम्मीद करता हूँ और कुछ नहीं पूछेगा। आई मीन ये बी ग्रेड हंड के पीछे भेज दिया और कुछ किसी चीज़ के लिए नहीं भेजना चाहिए, ये काफ़ी होना चाहिए। मिड है कहाँ वैसे? मुझे याद नहीं मैंने कहाँ पे छोड़ा था उससे।
All right there, Sid. How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
It is hypothesized that the bomb's inclination to self-destruct during violent encounters is a form of collective preservation, akin to how a honeybee will sting a threat to the hive at the cost of its own life.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the alembic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let none say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running.
देखते क्या बनेगा इससे और क्या मिलेगा हमें.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo. Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
Finally. मेरा बढ़ गया. ये सब छोड़ो. Were the same exotic compound that was applied to the leather of this satchel be needed into a pair of boots, they should surely become supple enough to accommodate a man with 20 toes, necessary for increasing consumable inventory capacity. ये तब से ढूंढ रहा था. Inventory increased. Up. You have obtained a treated potions satchel, hereby increasing your capacity for carrying consumables. Item slot increase are as follows: 6 potions, 4 high potions, 3 strength tonic, 3 stone skin tonic. बहुत अच्छे. Finally.